Where are we and what are we doing?
Ferry terminal. Going to Eurosa. 7:30. Good morning.
What would you rate that breakfast there?
Hi, my name is Paul Bulk from Eurosa Farms.
And I'm Ryan Worsfold from Eurosa Farms. He's my brother-in-law. We're currently running the farm, second generation. There's been 3 generations of us working here, and we grow roses, spray roses, and Ulstrom that we supply throughout Western Canada. And the family's been doing it for 46 years. So yeah, we're very excited to have Rachel and her team here to show them what we do. With the LED lights, we're able to grow larger varieties of spray roses, the premium or XL varieties that you get from the breeders in Holland.
Yeah.
And we had a hindrance to them, I would say it's fair to say, when we didn't have proper lighting.
Right.
So we got the LEDs in, having a lot more success, having solid, stable production through the winter and quality still. So we're really, really happy with the LEDs and how it's allowed us to change the way we grow.
So we're really being much more strict with testing the varieties before we produce them.
Okay. Can we see
production.
see
Sorry?
them? Can we
Yeah,
see
of
them?
course. For just various reasons, disease resistance, production, quality. We, you know, if they're going to get some mildew, yeah, exactly. They're going to get mildew problems or something like that. We want to test it before we go into mass production. So we updated the test section this year. We'll indicate when we planted it, when we're bending it, and we also track the production for each section.
Yeah.
And so just try to see what we like. So we're testing, as you can probably tell, we're trying to look for a new really light pink. So we've tested 3 different light pink standard rose varieties, and that's why we have not much blooming right now, but we have these 2 are light pink plus another one. So it can take up to a year to get plants, and the selection is really, really limited. So we have to make sure we're testing everything really well. But I really like this one. This is a number. Doesn't have a name yet, as far as I know. But the color is really nice.
I like that.
You wanna take a look?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think it's a nice variety.
It almost just doesn't look like a real color. Yeah. You know, like.
But that's what it'll end up mixed with orange.
It's a nice grower too, right? I mean, doing everything biological, it works, and the plants are happier, way happier without being sprayed. You don't ever fight the spray damage, which is so nice. Yeah. But you do lose stems to insects.
Something that was friendly.
Yeah.
That could control the peaks.
Which is why we're using that cannon, because we can use totally friendly, all natural, bio-based insecticides. And it is working, it is helping, but everything is step-by-step percentage game. You don't wipe them all out, you're only...
It's not like in the old days, you spray something and then, oh.
Yeah, everything's not dead, you have to work with it.
Oh, you remember, everyone comes in the cooler. The first thing with roses, they stick their nose in it, right? They want to smell it, like, it doesn't smell, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have clients that have taken on Notre Dame, they love it because they can offer that experience to their clients where they can take a smell, and they say the smell sells it.
Yeah. Notre Dame literally goes with every color.
It's funny, we kind of call it, you know, unromantically, like a mushroom.
Yeah.
It's gonna go really good with whatever you're cooking it with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes. That's the thing. It takes time to get people in the market to try, but I appreciate you guys doing that for people, keeping it and waiting the time, because that's hard for a grower too.
Part of the philosophy that Paul and I have been talking about for years, probably 8 or 9 years ago, I was over at Interplant in Holland, and he says, do you want to grow a Volkswagen or do you want to grow a Porsche?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to grow a Volkswagen, you're going to have to compete against the Fords and all the other big guys that are going to have massive areas of this. So you can find smaller areas of these niche roses. You can still feel that need for it, but you go, you go a little bit too much and everything collapses. Like it's just, you know how the local market is. So, but we've been really, really so happy with how the florists have been supporting us all over, you know, Western Canada. It's been really, really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But No, we
Sweetheart rose.
we use the Savannah to dye into blues and purples and greens.
Rachel's favorite.
My favorite.
You know, it's
I love that job. That was my job.
I don't mind doing it either, but it's just like we find the blue and purple sells well most of the year.
Yeah.
Black at Halloween.
Yes.
But then when you come into Easter in the spring, you can sell quite a bit of dye.
Yeah.
Which is great before wedding season kicks off. Actually, my nieces and nephews, they did a science fair experiments based on dyeing.
Oh,
and
yes.
they did really well with that, helping us figure out how to fine tune it and make it a bit better. We do a post-harvest treatment from Chrysol that is specifically for growers that ship in water. And so they'll sit in the cooler for sometimes 24 hours, sometimes like a bunch of these would have come out today. But they'll still go in that post-harvest treatment in order to feed for at least 24 hours before we ship them out to customers. We really, really, really are reluctant to ship roses that are newly cut and sent off to customers right away. They do need to have that time, you know, to absorb it all. They'll then end up being graded and hung on the machine, but our graders will have to pick out anything that ends up having bent heads, or too open, any sort of pest damage or marking. The ones that make it through will be put through on this machine, which then in turn will sort things by length. Being Dutch, they usually bunch things by 10 or 12. So we sell them in bunches of 24, but each package is in 12s. They then get sorted into different lengths from 75s down to 45s. When they come out of the machine, they do a quick check. It's amazing how fast they can glance and see if there's 12 stems in each bunch. They get put up on the machine, automatically get sealed. Ideally, there'll probably be 3 days between where it's picked, harvested, bunched, put on a truck to go to the auction. The biggest difference we have with our roses versus maybe something that's imported is we're able to cut them more open and more so to the fact that they will actually continue to open in your vase at home. That is what we strive for, and that's why you'll see more open blooms. And if you take good care of it, that's the real key, is when you get these home, is change the water every 3 days. Give them a fresh cut, make sure there's no greens in the water. Like if you spend a little bit of time, I'm talking like 5, not even 10 minutes every few days, you can stretch out a rose's life like for a couple weeks. They're cut and processed with the intention that you get to enjoy them for as long as possible and have them open. You'll see on spray roses too, is normally they snap out the center bloom early on. This is the first developing bloom. So that way you don't have a wide open rose in the middle, and then everything else hopefully is fairly close and similar in its stage.
Well, thank you guys for having us. It was an awesome tour, and literally we could not do floral support without Eurosa's roses. Having locally grown roses is how you're able to do all locally grown weddings, events, wholesale orders, everything. So we appreciate all your hard work.
Well, we appreciate you, and we depend on local florists like yourself for us to make this work. So we really appreciate making the time to come over on the ferry and spend the time with us. Thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it.